In that house, nothing broken is ever cleared away. A house built for the space between failing and trying again. Shared bathroom, bills included. If you left something behind, plaster white lungs would breathe it in and cough up cigarette smoke. In that house, you can always tell if someone liked their dinner by how much they cleaned up after. James, oysters bought on sale and cooked under the gentle guidance of a YouTube video. Austin, chilly, offers me some with Netflix back in his room. When I politely decline, he'll call his girlfriend instead. Sean, fish and chips in the ripped black hole of a sofa. The only one who eats in the kitchen because his room hugs him too tight. And the man whose name I don't remember, pot noodle, quiet slurps in hours untouched by the grubby hands of daytime. I'm so sorry. If you live on the bottom floor of that house, you are just part of the commute. I used to find whole days in the soles of my shoes. Bins bloated with beer cans, 100 eyes blinking up at you. Music that slips out of the black mold bricks like teenagers sneaking out. Curdled sleep talk that rises like fresh bread through the floorboards. Upstairs, you can trust the walls a little bit more. Close your stubborn door and let your thoughts crack like the skin of a scream. There was a bench on the other side of the street where, at sunset, the shadow gathered into a person, its eyes crafted from the gaps in the trees, locked on you. And I bet everyone in that house would see someone different. A week before I move out, Sean watches the TV from the black hole sofa like he's guarding it. He tells me to let him know when I've cleared my shelf in the fridge. He wants to keep it free because the man whose name I don't remember doesn't have long now. Chemo didn't work. And our gaze snaps like a washing line. And the silence bounces against the tiles like the sun in a children's drawing. Like the throb of a nightclub. Like strangers' footsteps. Thank you. I'm from, I was going to say I'm from Leicester. I'm not from Leicester. I'm from up north. I'm from Leeds. I lived here for like 5 years. I moved away because I just had some stuff going on in Leicester and I just had to kind of get away from it. But it's really, really special to be back in like the poetry scene. It's where I started performing poetry. So it definitely feels like home to me. I'm so honoured to be part, like to have come up in this scene. I think Leicester has the best poets in the world. So yeah, in honour of Leicester, I have a poem about a street in Leicester called Queen's Road, which I used to live like near, which you probably know if you live here. It's called, it's Tuesday afternoon and you've just finished a particularly jagged therapy session. A B&B and you'll learn his name. In the shop where you brought your ring that's blue as a school uniform, back when you could afford that and a bus fare, two women chit-chat about COVID being a hoax, while the patterns on their blouses wink at each other. The two second-hand bookshops stare each other down from either side of the street. Anytime you get a book from one, you have to get a book from the other so that neither feels inadequate. You stop where the street lets itself go. Roads splay out of your guts, flashing songs and blasting headlights. You manage to pack it all back in before anyone sees. This is a poem called One Direction Albums and the Women I Devoured Them With. Is anyone a One Direction fan anyone know? Yeah, I always ask that and nobody ever says yeah. So yeah, who is your favourite of the boys? Harry. And Niall? Zane. So, well, you'll see in the poem. This is actually going to be published in, I have an anthology coming up with the Roundhouse Poetry Collective that I've just finished. So if you want to look out for it, the other poets in it are amazing. This is what I wrote, this is what I submitted. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Number 1, Up All Night. We're both the youngest, but I'm the youngest. Her mum and dad have a huge picture of the Joker in their bathroom and I always forget. I don't like being scared with my pants down. The first time we hear More Than This, we compare Goosebumps like it's crackle top layer nail varnish. By the end of the song, we already have our favourite boy sealed in for life. Number 2, Take Me Home. Her house is so fucking massive, it could swallow 5 of my houses and burp them out. Every surface is frothing with faux fur. Her mum is showing us a dress that looks like sick got too full of itself, and we give each other the eye when she spins. We climb the stairs that sit apart like they hate each other. Some man on Omegle tells us he's too old to know all the lyrics to Rock Me, so we type them out for him. Number 3. We are glugging shandy in the beer garden, her mum circling round us like rugby markings. Her mum knows everyone. I get a buzz of singing No Control because I know the lyrics better than her. I think she's pretending to be more drunk than she is. A man with marble eyes slides his beer along the bench and asks us about our GCSEs. Immediately, her mum has us stuffed into her pockets and out through the car park. Number 5, Made in the AM. I'm going to do this now. So a good friend of mine is here and wasn't going to read today, so I said, oh, you're not going to read? Can I read one of your poems? And then he decided last minute to read. But I'm going to do it anyway because I picked the poem. So we were outside having cocktails before, one cocktail, and I picked this poem to read, so it's not mine, it's by Kyle, who you've already seen. So we'll see how it goes. Let's do a little switcheroo. Oh, I've been told to do this. It's called Hit the Tracks. Take that train. Don't leave any evidence that you were here. Don't leave a trace, not a speck of yesterday. Don't lean in for a kiss. Don't lean in for a kiss. Resist if you stop to think, or let those thoughts touch your lips. You will get caught in a fantasy that doesn't really exist. Hit the tracks and don't turn back. Life still goes on without the hurt starting to stack. Say farewell. Without a single word, just a glance behind an imaginary wave. Raise a glass to love that fades into the dim-lit shadows of a place you never fit. Look through the shade. The window seat you sit, watching as yesterday becomes a stain on a story you have written on the page. Take that turn. Never return again to this place of misery and bad dreams. Old mementos, keep them in a box or somewhere under a lock and key. Don't keep returning to a fading memory. Don't let its restraints stop the growth you need. Don't look back at the crumbling city. Don't cry in pity. Just look forward. Somewhere there is a place that rewards. Back to me. Let's see what I've got for myself next. I know what I'm doing. Okay. So yeah, I moved away from Leicester. I moved to London actually. I didn't think. So I live near Greenwich, and I have this, like, we talk a lot about like time being really weird there because it's like Greenwich Mean Time. So it's, you know, time. And time is really weird where we live. I don't know if that's just like 2024. Like, I don't know if that's everywhere. But I wrote a poem about it anyway. It's what I wrote. It's called Up the Road from the Centre of Time. I slip over the corner of the building some mornings, like a tongue reaching for a crumb on the other side of the cheek. I pass time on the bus. She tips her hat to me like I'm a wedding and a funeral on the same day. I've been used to blooming and frosting at once, but at least now I've met her, it feels natural. The way Okay, cool. Just checking. Alright. I'll carry on. This is a poem I have a few chronic illnesses, and there was a while where I was really ill, and all I really did was write about how ill I was because doing much else. So this is one of them. It's a true story about when I was really ill. Yeah, this is it. Oh, it's called How Much for This? Your body hangs like a dartboard. Clothes snake the slippery floor ready to bite. A curtain holds you back imperfectly as a Tetris block. This is the first time you've been out in 3 weeks. Today sits like a joker between diamonds. Your punctured skin sags over your bones and you have dragged it dangerously down the tarmac to mine this charity shop for new parts. 3 years since lockdown and you still ask if the dressing room is open. You twist yourself like wire into a top. Admire how reds and blues bounce off you like a traffic collision. Your bra is dawning out of the hem, captured in its disaster, but you send it to the slags chat anyway. The sick folds itself into your joints again. You wear it like a bus stop, shattering over your pavements. You pull the accident off your body, throw it at your body, throw your body to the floor and watch the shop roll out from under the curtains, lights laddering the boards, feet moving like rails, feet moving between rails like chess pieces. An hour slides down the walls and drips onto your forehead. You assemble your body gently as a Christmas present. Return yourself to the shop, unravel like coins over the counter. They look at you like roadkill, ask as if it's rude to. as if the answer might jump back into the road any second. You just say, "You're fine, sorry," red as a stop sign. Yes, this is where I need to be. So when I kind of started writing, for a long time when I was writing, I just kind of like, I didn't really know, I don't know if anyone relates to this, I felt like I didn't know how to write, I just wrote, you know, like, I don't know if that's a thing that, I don't know if that's normal. I have heard other people say that, but yeah. I mean, I still feel like that, I don't know why I'm saying it in the past, because it's definitely still true, but it did help, like, kind of starting to go to, like, workshops and stuff, so this is just something that came out of a workshop, but it's called, I learned how to do this thing called a golden shovel, which I don't know if you know the golden shovel. So let me try and explain what a golden shovel is. It's like the last word in each line like spells out a line from like another poem or like a song. So you can like just go find a line you like in something and golden shovel it. So I started doing this, and I do it a lot with Hosier lyrics, which, are there any Hosier fans in? Yeah, okay, good. So this is one, it's the line that is golden shoveled is the awful things we do to make the head go quiet. So, you know you're in for a fun ride. This is what I wrote for that lyric, yeah. As you can probably guess, it's a bit darker. Here it is. It doesn't have a name, but I'll work on it. We are swimming in ourselves, wretched, twiddling with someone's words in the pub they chose. When we get home, we paste each other on our walls as an awful reminder. It's something of a ritual now to throw down your skin with all the things left in it over the side of the bar when you're done with it. We'd be lying if we said we didn't leave it behind on purpose sometimes. The crappy DJ asks what I do for a living. Like butter wouldn't melt, I am sick, of course. Trust it to catch in my skin, soil its lining like a voice. Right when I am soaked, he offers to make me a bed with his tongue. He's heavy. As he strokes the hem of my hairline, he tells me that soon I will put down my head between two men. One will stir his syrupy past into my blood and take me to go. The other will put his hands under my skin, tell me to keep quiet. And I have another golden shovel. This is also a Hosier lyric. This one is called Lonely Hearts Club, and the lyric, the line is so much of the living love is the being unknown. And this is what I wrote, it's Lonely Hearts Club. I see you 10 years later ordering a drink. Say hey. The bar rocks us apart, so I crawl back up the sticky shore. Someone laughs a little too much, then bends their voice back like a caution sign. The claw of a bartender pulls me back under. I catch you later on the edge of yourself. Took up smoking, lost something, found another. Living in the same spot, stopped smoking, doing a degree, love it. Actually, we've barely talked before today. Lamplight is doing some northern sway, can't seem to hold my eyes on the crux of your voice. Drifts of the walls, being rude, being weird, being all the things I could never wash off, even when I'm alone. Let the current pull me back to being unknown. Yeah, this one is one of the ones I did at Some-Antics at the Championship Slam. This is the other poem I have that's being published in an anthology. So this anthology is called A Up, and it's for like northern writers, I'm sure you can imagine, by a publishing company called Written Off Publishing. I mean, I would say the other poets are really good as well, but I don't know them. All I know is I'm in it. So I'm sure they're great because they've been chosen. But yeah, this is what I'm going to have a position that is called fee. Fee. When you sleep, I knit your breath into a love letter. Fee, I do not know how you can smile so loudly. Remember when boys tugged our bra strings like flat guitars, poked us to compare sizes? Fee, you would spit them out like toffee. Tug them back. I look for you in every bar stool, laughing like it's wrong, laughing like it's the only thing that's right. Fee, it's only right because you are in it. Fee, I do not know how you can smile so loudly while you are falling. Fee, we are all falling. We are all losing every day to a body that doesn't want us, but I sign every dotted line with a twist in your spine, proudly. Remember when we had breakfast in that rickety cafe, bulging like it was about to throw us into the canal? It was the staff that didn't wait for your talker to load. Next table on, coughing up impressions of you. First time I saw them crack you, Fee. Tears falling like eggs on the table. And I could have turned that kitchen inside out, rocked it on its toes, landed us so far underwater, you'd find your smile tangled in its beads. Instead, I held you like an awkward haircut. You are in every song, sitting on the melody like a karaoke hangover, my body packing the beat into its folds. Fee, I could go my whole life only ever listening to you. Fee, when you sleep, I knit your breath into an apology. Fee, remember when they laugh at you, you are everything they are not. Laugh louder. Fee, you always laugh louder. Okay, I'll do this one quickly then. This is short poem. It does have kind of a funny story, which is going to put me over time. But so when I did the championship slam, you do 3 poems. I had my 3 poems ready. I was like, yeah, okay. And then I got called up as the winner, and Sammy, who hosts it, he was like, do you want to do another poem? You just won. And I was like, I had 3 poems. So I was like, right, okay, this is quite an old poem. I was like, I know it. I managed to do maybe like 2 lines of this poem, and then I was just like, I don't remember it. Kyle, who's here, does all the video editing. He put it on YouTube under the title like Winner's Poem. So if you go onto YouTube, look at the winner's poem for that year. That is just me doing 2 lines of this poem and then being like, I just need to go. Thank you for having me. Right? Here's the full poem. I'm just gonna read it because I should know it, but I don't trust myself anymore. So after this, yeah. So here it is. It's very short. It's called For a Heaven. I hate the name though. I'm gonna change it, but I don't know what to. Here it is. You crystallized your pride and let me borrow it for the summer. It's in my pocket when I swim to your door. You tell me to leave the schematics of my shame on the street because tonight we are the invention. I plug myself into your sockets while you make love to the sky, lose track of where its moons end and yours begin. Then I love you until my voice bleeds. I let it stain the floor so that when my words graze my throat, I would taste home. We digested the saffron songs of our lonely kitchen in the stomach of those walls, because those nights we are those walls. Our rib cages frame the photos of everyone you unshackled from the ties, and nothing could drown us. I don't know.
Sad.
Sad? Ooh, okay. How long did you leave?
No, 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what to do. I don't know it. This is one of my. This was also I did it at the Some-Antics. Let me just remember it. Maybe I do need it. I know, okay. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Here it is. Let me just get into the right frame of mind. I'm so sorry. Okay. I praise the way you used to paint the day with your voice. When we were teenage gods, on the seventh day making artwork with worlds, and your laugh was a painting by Miro, where the curve of our childhood dreams brushed against the solid adulthood that loomed over the sky like a storm. But in those crossroads, we made masterpieces that would bring the city to its knees on a Saturday afternoon. We flavoured those weekends with Pepsi and chips, and the eager adolescence of new friends we picked from the acrylic landscapes. We used to collect them like fossils, and you could brush the intricate markings out of anyone. At some point, our markings trailed in opposite directions. We started rooting our patterns on separate ends of the city, built homes from which to paint the world with our maturing colours. We repurposed the love we had for each other, and yours was so vibrant that it fed a whole family, with the same composition as your laugh. And so often, I was too busy with my own compositions that I forgot to call. So when I got the news, when I felt your colour drain from the sky, for the first time in years, I traced my intricate markings back to where they had twisted around yours. At your funeral, I traced my fingers over your spring yellow coffin, over the spring yellow words of your family. I was so scared that they would feel different to the ones that had fossilised their way into me. But that day, that church tasted like Pepsi and chips, and the stained glass windows paled in comparison to the vibrant grief dripping down cheeks. After that, my Saturday afternoons became fogged with the kind of regret that would have cowered in the presence of your laugh. I stretched all the days we didn't spend together between my hands. I blew them up and attached excuses to them. I'm sorry, I still haven't been able to let them go, because this world now would bend into a masterpiece by Muro if it saw you, the teenage god who became a woman and a mother and a but there was a time we thought we'd flavour